If your car can automatically shut off for 19 different reasons whilst you are driving it, it then becomes a useless tool. People buy automobiles to get from one place to a bloody nother. They do not buy automobiles that their automobile may shut the fuck down whilst they are driving it, because the automobile decides that's what it wants to bloody do. I understand. You have Satan on your shoulder, and you have a goal. You have just made the car useless. How do you sell that, fuckface? But you don't care. You run blind towards the devil as you burn your own money in the process. It's incredible. You've managed to find a way. Cunts in government, cunts in business, eager to sell every piece of information. You found a way to make the car useless. That's an incredible fucking feat. Only hand in hand with Satan can that be achieved. Cunts! Now let's begin. One of these statues is in North Korea, and we're going to work from yesterday to now. And I hate you. One of these statues is in North Korea. One of them's in Miami. Can you guess which one? One is of Kim Jong-un, one is of Donnie Shitbags. Where is this placed, you say? Who placed it there? What is this? For the millionth time, a gold statue of Donnie put in our face, either in concept or reality? Oh, first take a close look, and then we'll see where it is and why, okay? Look, there's the beautiful Kim Jong-un. And in case you don't know, Rubes, North Korea is an abject dictatorship where if the dictator wants to kill you on a whim, he can. You know, kind of like Donnie's doing to people. You know, Miss Good, Mr. Preddy. You remember those American citizens, fellow citizens of yours, that were murdered on the street intentionally just to shove it in our face? Just to see if they could get away with it. You know why? Because they intended on murdering a lot more. This is the Donnie one. Do you see where this is going yet? Straight to the goddamn abyss. That's where it's going, in case you can't figure it out. Ron Filipkowski explains it to us. The end of our empire. PGA Tour plays at Trump's Doral course in Miami tomorrow, and he installed this of himself right before it starts. I'm sure you paid to have it installed, dumbass. I saw pictures of the golf tournament too, and the stands looked completely empty. So gold statues, expect one in the Holy Land. They already showed us that. Expect one in Venezuela. Expect them to pop up all over the place. And if they don't, Donnie will put them there himself. Do you get the monster you've created yet? And you know who you are. No need to name you. All millions of you. Any other president want a gold statue of themselves on the Holy Land? No? You sure? I am. "42 House Democrats voted to reauthorize warrantless surveillance powers for Trump. Why is a single Democrat voting for this? If Democrats all voted no, it would have failed because of 22 GOP no votes." And is this the list I'm thinking of with Hakeem Jeffries on it? Or is it the next one? The fuck's his name at? There's Wasserman Schultz. I saw fucking Pelosi and Jeffries on here too. Am I goddamn blind? Oh, maybe the list is in 2 parts. Maybe that's why I'm missing it. Yeah, why are Democrats voting for this? That's my question, too. You just lost all credibility. Any stand you take, Miss Wasserman, Mr. Jeffries, Raskin, Pelosi, and all the rest of you, and the Republicans that voted for this shit, too, don't want to leave them out. But again, what I didn't expect is you guys to take part in your own demise and mine. I was hoping you would at least not do that. Obviously, the checks from Zuckerberg and the rest of them, Gates, all of them, got to the DNC. That's obvious. Why are you voting for your own end? Why are you voting for mine? I absolutely despise anyone who enables my slavery and everyone else's. I know you people think you're immune. You're not. You're going to be rounded up. I knew that 10 years ago. Helping this FISA thing along, not a good idea for you. Just help them round you up easier and wiretap you. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this list again. Disgusting. 42 Democrats just joined 192 Republicans to reauthorize FISA Section 702, a warrantless surveillance law that's been used to access Americans' data. Of course, it's been used for all kinds of things. Democratic leadership did not whip their members, enabling them to vote with Republicans and give Trump the surveillance powers. No, you will all be noted. I hope you don't think you're going to get away with this. You lose all credibility, every Democrat that votes for this. I will never take you seriously again. Because you're helping enslave me and yourselves and millions of other people across the world with these votes, and you know it. And the only reason you're doing it is because of checks. And I know that. How is FISA saving the little children's? How do you justify it? You can. Therefore, you go in the MAGA pile. And that's not all you Democrats are voting for lately. The CaR surveillance bill, nobody wants that, son. And you know it. And is that going to save the little children's? Where's the justification there? Because everyone over age 3 knows it's for naught but surveillance of us. on top of commoditizing us so they can sell all that information to companies that own the cars. It's a dual purpose. The companies make a shit ton fuck money, and the government and Peter Thiel get your face and your car and everything you say and do, and they get control of it as well. And your car can shut down for any reason the AI or it deems necessary. And we all know how perfect AI is. I know they want it to be perfect. Not even close, son. Again, I see a new horror story every day that a business that's integrated it into their systems, my God, what it does. It's unpredictable, and people spend more time fixing what it fucks up than being productive. It's a joke. They're going to push it anyway because they've invested too much. And men like Altman and Leon and others, they would go bankrupt if they don't push it on you, so they have to. And then there's the devil in that equation, whom they serve. And this system they're building in front of our eyes is exactly what's described in that book. Which is why I hate you. And you know who you are. Your concentration camp update for yesterday. The 15 Latin Americans deported from the U.S. to Kinshasa are holed up in a hotel by the airport where there are woodcuts, rats, and lots of mosquitoes. They have no passports, don't speak French, and have no idea what comes next. Pure evil, son. Shipping Latin people to Kinshasa and saying good luck. I know you think you're going to get away with that, right? You're not. You're going to burn for it. And I'd be real careful, son, for the people that aren't in government that are down with all this abject evil. I'd be real careful preaching it. Because Peter Thiel's not only listening to you. That's not who you need to worry about. The man is listening to you. If you are preaching, drop people off in third world shitholes a continent away where they're most likely going to die, I wouldn't want to be you, son. And you know what else can happen, son? That could be you. Next up, the homegrowns. You got a record? You in prison right now? You got a record, son? That's an excuse. They start with you. Then they move to me. People without records. I'd be real careful preaching this if you down. The man is listening. There are other lists being made that little children don't know about. By little children, I mean everyone out there and the whole entire Nazi crew. Leon, Greasy Pete, Donnie, all of them. There's lists that can't be made with computers by something more powerful than any of us. And you best be real careful which list you end up on, son. You don't want to be on the man shit list. That means fire, son. I don't know about you. I'm not interested. This is, I don't know, the 10th, 12th, 15th example of them taking people from south of the border or here and shipping them to African, unstable, war-torn jungle, tigers, lions, tribal warfare. Oh my God, that's so evil to do to somebody. What if we took Donnie, diapers and all, and we dropped him in the middle of Kinshasa, I'm sorry, very tired, with no money, no, just nothing, clothes on his back and his diaper, no help from the country, and he can just sit in a hotel for a few days till his money runs out, and then, I don't know, go for a hike until he starves. Would that be cool? Or would that be cruel and unusual? Because Donnie's doing this to entire groups. Sends them to Eswatini, sends them to Congo, sends them to Kinshasa. It's not funny, son. Shutting off people's bank accounts. I talked about that in the last video. Not funny, son. Death sentence. They shut your money off. That's a death sentence. That's attempted murder. I'm glad I said that. The people in the white collars. There is this kind of myth, and I could tell it's an unspoken understanding amongst all of us humans down here in hell. That when you're in a cubicle or an office and you're wearing a dress shirt with a collar and a tie perhaps, if you feel like it, and you press the button on somebody and you shut their money off that doesn't deserve it, and you know who deserves it and who doesn't. You're big boys and girls. You know. Don't pretend you don't. Because the man knows you know. That's attempted murder. I don't care how children look at it. I care about what it really is. That's why it's done. That's the intent. Just because you're wearing a collar, son, in the office, in the cubicle, remotely, and you press the button, that's attempted murder, son. It doesn't matter that you're in a nice office, a shitty cubicle, in front of a computer, all nice and safe and neat and corporate-like. That does not make you any less of a goddamn murderer, do you hear me? When you shut someone's money off. If you are the hand of sending some Latin immigrant to Africa, anyone in the chain, I don't gives a fucks which one you is. That's attempted murder, son. Murder if they die. That's on you. Every hand that touched them. I don't care if you're wearing a badge accepting a paycheck, son. Goddamn meaningless. It's still on your head. Forever. Because again, I know we all walk around with this, again, unspoken understanding that, you know, it's somehow lesser a crime if it's white collar attempting to kill somebody with a you know, stroke of a computer or a pen. No, you're just as big a scumbag as a guy who picks up a knife or a gun and starts killing people. Do you hear me, son? Just because you prettied it up and you do it from a distance behind closed doors where no one can see you, don't make you any less responsible. The man still wrote it down, son. The man still took note. So these people that do these types of things from office settings, and you know who you is, you know where you're going. You're no less a murderer or an attempted murderer or a criminal than the person who picks up a weapon and assaults somebody. You're just like them. You're the same entity. Anyone in the chain, again, sending these men to fucking Kinshasa. You never know with a Reich son, Adolf Hitler, motherfucker, dementia, getting old, shaking and shit, piss bags, diapers. You never know who he might, do that to. Maybe one of you hands in the chain one day. Maybe you be on a plane to Kinshasa. Under direction of the Fuhrer. You think I'm kidding, son? Again, that's what you little children out there don't understand that do these things, that take part. You don't think it could happen to you. Where's Miss Snow? Where's Miss Bondi? What was said about them? Where's Mr. Bovino? What was said about him? They all walked around just like you, thinking they was permanent. Smiles. They have shields in front of them. No one can touch them, right? Oh, son, Miss Snow, Miss Bondi, here's a clue. You dumb hags. You don't have the blessing. Donnie does. Donnie goes nowhere. Everybody else goes everywhere. Under the bus, over it, in front of it, down the stairs, on the golf course. Helicopter crashes. None of the rest of you have the blessing. Leon, you had to learn the hard way, son. I'm sorry. I tried to tell you and Greasy Pete before the election, remember? Remember, Leon? I tried to tell you Donnie got the blessing. And you thinking you're just going to muscle in and take off? You think you can beat the devil, son? You think you can beat his Antichrist? You ain't nothing but a bitch false prophet, if you even that. That might be Stephen Miller. I don't even know. Probably you, though, but you don't got the blessing? Greasy Pete, no. Miss Gnome, no. Bondi, no. Movino, no. Holman, no. Cross-eyed Patel, no. Nobody's permanent, son, including us out here. How many have been killed already? How many kidnapped? I'll be right back. You know what they used to call it? When you were driving along and your car would stop working? You broke the fuck down. That used to be frowned upon, son. Now, when they sell you the car, okay, it might break down for these 19 specific reasons. But don't panic. That'll be $65,000, please. For your surveillance car. I don't want a surveillance car. Anyone trying to sell me one or sell me on the idea can fuck off and die. Please, do the world a favor, please. For the love of God. We don't need any more like you. Please. Fuck off and truly die. Again, pure evil, man, sending people to African countries. These are destabilized nations straight up because of the CIA and other places. Keeping them destabilized, and you're going to throw people in the middle of it. Man, that's a straight up death sentence. Everyone involved in those decisions, or the hands that took the men and women there, whoever they are, that's on your head, son, for all time. I hope you can reckon with that when the man brings it up in front of you. Or when you're asking, why the lake? Why, Lord? What did I do? Not for cursing, not for missing church, son. You sent men. You were the hand of Satan that sent men to Kinshasa to die. And you did that over and over again, day after day. I don't even care if you liked it or not. Irrelevant. You still did it. Adolf Hitler would have been nothing without you, son. Donald Trump would have been nothing without you, son. And you know who you is. And isn't that great? We got mass Gestapo cunts murdering people on the street straight up. And we get to have a surveillance car to go along with it. So they can hunt us down and kill us faster. Just tap right into our car. Oh, that's where Nick is, over there. We can see his face right in his car. Or the flock cameras tracking all of us as we drive back and forth. I didn't sign up for that. Should sue their ass. Again, when a car broke down, that used to be a bad thing. Now they're going to sell you a car that could break down for any one of 20 reasons. Go fuck yourself. And die, please. Everyone on board with it. Everyone in the business of it. Please just die. Do the world a fucking favor. You were dead before you were born anyway. It's okay. It really is. You never existed anyway. No one will remember you. It'll be as if you never were. So what the hell, man? Do us a favor. Donnie going after Jimmy Kimmel and ABC again. When is ABC Fake News Network firing seriously unfunny Jimmy Kimmel? I'm not even going to read the rest. A guy in a shitty diaper with makeup on his hands wants Jimmy Kimmel fired for doing jokes about his fascist Hitler ass. Oh, excuse me. His ex-hooker wife, forgive me, that he met at Epstein's place, at Epstein Bald. One of Epstein's girls. Excuse me. This is what the president's doing while he's ruining our entire society. You understand that the prices going up was intentional. That was the intent. The food scarcity that's coming, that was the intent. They're trying to get us all to a breaking point. Have you noticed? I've noticed. This isn't all coincidence. Got to get you on Donnie Coin somehow, son. It can't be going great. It's got to be going horrible. And they'll make sure it is. 42 Democrats just joined 192 Republicans to reauthorize FISA Section 702. And the reason I'm reading that again is because this person commented on it. You got to choose between Trump as an existential threat to American democracy and Trump should have vast, secret, powerful domestic spying capabilities, because it doesn't really make sense to argue both at the same time. Right. A brilliant point. And it's the point I've been making. Democrats in government, you're not fooling anyone. Anyone that matters anyway. You can't be making stands on the news channels and on social media and then voting FISA in numbers. I expect 1 or 2 or 3 turncoats. There always fucking are in the Democratic Party. The Republicans make sure of that. Because they can't win elections. Because they've been nothing but fascists since the inception of their party. The modern incarnation of it anyway. So if you're voting for surveillance cars, if you're voting for my enslavement, because the DNC got a big fat check from Zuckerberg or somebody, obviously. Again, I got to let go of your hands, son. 1. 2, it makes all those stands on the news channels and on social media and on the House floor worthless, meaningless. When you're voting again to enslave me and you. What do you think this shit's for, son? So they can shut your shit down and round you to fuck up. And they can do it that much faster because you voted for FISA. You voted for the CaR surveillance. A lot of Democrats. Almost all of you. You voted for the digital ID, or you're going to. Some of you will. And you all know, no one in the public wants any of it. You all know what it's for. It's for our enslavement. Yet you don't return the money, and you vote for my enslavement and yours. So I can't take any of your stands seriously anymore. I'm sorry, Democrats. Any of you, I'm sorry. I'm just not even going to waste any time on it. Because it's not but theater if you're voting FISA and it's too late. You already voted FISA. It's not but theater if you voted surveillance in my car and yours, dumbass. That'll help when they round you up, too. And don't worry, they will. When you vote for age verification, we are not stupid out here. We're as stupid as you think we are. All of this goes along with the, masked men on our streets murdering people, kidnapping people. All goes hand in hand. All goes hand in hand with Peter Thiel and all that bullshit he's doing. You're helping the Nazis turn our world into Nazi world. I don't goddamn appreciate that. And I don't appreciate your attempts at enslaving me. You fucking cunts. How dare you? I've defended so many of you over the years. What a shame at the last minute. The last dying gasps of this country. You hand the tools to the Reich and Peter Thiel. All because the DNC got a fat check from some tech bro somewhere. They've been sending money all around the world. I could tell by this global push on the legislation. You know what that means, son? When there's a global push, that means global checks were sent out by various parties in the tech industry, like Mr. Gates, Mr. Zuckerberg, mostly pedophiles, Leon Scum pedophile. I'm sure Google sent a few checks. Mr. Sundar is not in the Epstein files that I'm aware of. If you know he is, let me know. I haven't heard nothing. I haven't seen nothing with him. Everyone else, every other tech bro, or major tech company, they all pedos, they all in the files, son. What's up with that? Then we got a cabinet full of pedophiles. What's up with that? Does that bother you? They're the ones shaping the world right now. They're the ones that made liberals in government across the world and in America vote for this via the money they gave them. And they all happen to be pedophiles except for a few. What's up with that? Why are pedophiles shaping our world? Satan, that's why. That's his people. I'm not kidding. They bring into fruition, they creating that system again, written of over 1,000 years ago in only one book, son. Only one. So the evidence is there. If you know what to look for. If you have the wisdom. Okay, if you don't, I'm here to explain it to you. Most people had other priorities than I had. So I studied certain things and pondered certain things. Little did I know how much they would come into play in the end. Like rock music and certain rock stars. And their demise. And the other thing I just happened to be talking about when I came on social media. The end. Right now. I didn't know it was going to be right now. But I had a feeling Donnie was the Antichrist back in 2015. And yeah, he is. I see less and less of these stories because people are just too embarrassed to even put them up anymore. I've been talking about people like this for 10 years. I don't talk about them much anymore. I don't look for these stories anymore. Because I've done it enough times. So here's two people. They are MAGA as fuck. And I'm going to read you two posts by them. This is what I talk when I talked over the years so many times about unalterable brainwashing to the point you'd put your foot up your own ass. These people. This is what I was talking about. Since Matt lost his job of almost a decade, starting his welding class and applied to be my caretaker, we have had to apply for aid. As annoying as it is, I am actually grateful for the hoops Indiana makes people jump through to get state aid and welfare. It shouldn't be easy. I disagree. I think it should be easy. I completely disagree. Especially when we hand billion-dollar corporations billions of dollars every year, and that's your money, son. Why can't your money go to this? That'd be wrong, right? That's how you know you're brainwashed. That you're repeating what you've heard other people say and worthless values instilled within you. This game been rigged before you were fucking born, son. I don't blame anyone for getting food stamps. In fact, I think they should be more available to more people. And I'd rather give that money to the peasants down at the bottom so they could eat each week instead of giving it to CEOs. You may think that's a good thing. That's why you're stupid. That's why the devil got you. Because you repeat talking points given to you by Satan and billionaires. And you think that's okay. We voted for this and we do not regret it. In caps that do not. Keep up the great work, President Trump. How any rational human being can look at this monstrosity of an administration and what's happened since it took over with a straight face. The great work. What work? I haven't seen none but death, murder, and mayhem and theft and lying. That's how that's how you know the brainwashing's deep, man. No rational human being that ain't brainwashed. I don't care how it happened. I don't care who they listened to. I don't care who their daddy and mommy was. I don't care how they got there. Could fucking care less. It's a lifelong thing of being around certain types of people, hearing certain remarks, not being educated, and you have to seek education. I'm not talking about going to college. That's kind of an obligatory thing people do if they can afford it. Not everybody learns anything, though. Because they might not want to learn at that point in their life. They might just want to ball. They're young, I get it. The problem is you wasted an opportunity to actually learn something that might have made you better. Throughout my life, I sought education. Books on certain things. Old, ancient writings. Homer, fucking, shit like that no one reads. Stephen Hawking. People got better shit to do. I get it. I wanted to learn some shit at different points in my life. And that's what I did. That's what I mean by seeking education. You go to college for it and really pay attention and learn and try and, that happens. But a lot of young people go to college and don't learn jack shit. I met more idiots that went to college because they didn't spend the time learning. They were partying, fraternity, whatever they were into. They learned jack shit. One more time, these poor brainwashed souls. We voted for this and we do not regret it. Keep up the great work, President Trump. Now, let's see their current post. Same people. This is the picture she has, it looks like, for this post. My husband and I have applied for help consistently since he lost his job in October. We have consistently proven everything they have asked. They keep denying us. And they just stopped paying my Medicare premiums. Ouch. You know what that's called? The Donnie Shitbags effect. And you know who subsidizes Indiana's welfare and all that? California, New York, Minnesota. Because Indiana ain't shit. As far as income, son. So they stopped paying the Medicare. They're denying them welfare. Our accounts are in the hole. But they keep denying us anyway. I'm so tired of being burned. We now have to figure out how to sell a house we can't afford before they foreclose. With no money for repairs and renovations, I'm so very tired. Yeah, me too. Thanks to you cunts that voted for this and that preach its gospel just like they do. As it's taken everything. These are the people I'm talking about when I give my little speeches. About how he's going to take everything you care about. This economy's fucked. And the goal is lay off as many as possible. AI. And AI does not work. They do it in any way. And they laughing about it. Then there's the war, the tariffs, just so many things. It's designed for a purpose. You think the ruin is accidental. It is not. It is for a purpose. Yes, Donnie makes plenty of fuck-ups and grifts that affect us, but there is a purpose as well behind this shit. They need us desperate as fuck for the transition, son. Into slave labor, concentration camps, all types of great shit. Surveillance with drones flying around. Surveillance in our cars. Something on our body. All coming. They say they're tired, huh? They made this happen. They built this monster. And they were fine with it. Like they said in their first post, I'm glad there's so many hoops to jump through. That's the way it should be. No, it shouldn't be that way. It's disgusting what they make people go through. And no, it ain't easy getting food stamps. Oh, no, it is not. Don't ever think it is. Billion-dollar corporations, though, they get, $500 billion, one check, no installments of $60 a week or a month. And they have these people so conditioned and brainwashed that, oh, it should be hard to get food stamps. No, it shouldn't. Why? Why, Satan? I'm tired too because I have to explain people what you've done to the people that have done it, like these idiots, and everybody else that must suffer it. And it's cost me a lot of sleep. Last night, when I didn't do a video, was the first night in probably several years I actually slept the amount I should. 8-9 hours. That's after several years of waking up tired as fuck every day. Because I might have got 6 hour, 5 hour, 4, 3. Because I'm squeezing in, I was at the time, for a while, 2-3 hour videos on top of a fucking full work day. And I don't take days off. I might slack some days and not work as hard as others, but no days off, really. So I don't remember the last time. It's probably been a few years. Waking up just tired as fuck, just zombie every fucking day, man. And I woke up today, I was like, oh, wow, this is what it's like when you get enough sleep. Holy shit. You feel like a whole different person. Your mood is much better. That's something I should talk about quickly. Not that it matters now, but depression when you're growing up, that type of stuff, those mental problems. I think for some people, not everyone, some people it really has to do with diet. I know that's probably what it was for me when I was a child and a teenager. I was getting nowhere near enough protein. Your brain cannot work, cannot feel good when you're doing that. And I understand that was a child, not that there was enough food to go around off times, but that's a whole nother issue. And understand that when I was a young man, and especially a child, you need a certain amount of protein a day, or your mind, your body just doesn't want to work. It's hard to think, you're irritable. And then if you add less sleep than you're supposed to get on top of it. Exercise too elevates mood, adrenaline, makes you feel good, makes you feel strong. I think a lot of teenagers and just people throughout their life, they're not eating the right diet, they're not getting enough sleep, and they don't exercise. I'm not saying to become a health nut. And I think a lot of the mental health shit, the depression, feeling down, feeling tired, a lot of it has to do with some of those things. Just eating the wrong foods all day that don't give your body what it needs. I'm not even talking about super healthy foods. I'm talking about your body on a basic level needs a certain amount of protein per day to function normally, let alone grow muscle and all that. If you wanted to work out, or that's a whole nother issue. Just regular functioning. And protein costs money, especially now. Anyway, it's something I often think about, and I look back on the emotional state I was in most of my teenage years, just kind of depressed, you know? And I think a lot of it had to do with that. Anyway, so they still haven't got food stamps. Their Medicare, was it? Medicare premiums got stopped, and they're about to lose their house, and they're hoping they can sell it before the bank takes it. They can thank Donnie for all that. How come no Trump praise here? Because when reality smacks you in the face, you can't do it no more, right? Like when the farm's going under because of the guy you voted for, literally, specifically. Or your business is going under because of the guy you voted for. Or you're losing your home. Or you lost your government job of 20 years. Then the praise stops, right? I bet it goddamn does. It's a shame it takes that. But that's the problem with you people. It's only when it comes to your doorstep do you care. I heard someone the other day, I can't remember who it was. Was it someone in a congressional hearing? I can't remember. I'm doing great. I heard that back in the first term from somebody too. I hear that from a lot of people. Okay, that makes the murders and kidnappings and deportations to third world shitholes okay then. That makes the end of America okay because you're doing okay. Because Zuckerberg's doing okay. That's why it's over. Literally why it's over. Why they're losing their house. Because as long as it was hard to get welfare for the people they don't like, and as long as the people they were brainwashed into thinking are the right people to lead are leading, well, then everything's great. Until you lose your house. Then it ain't wrestling no more. Then reality slaps you in the goddamn face. And again, I must say, you know, it's a shame with you people that it's okay when the monster's out hurting others that you find, you know, undesirable. You were all about that. You weren't all about him bankrupting you, though. I know. Yet that's what he did. We begged you not to, son. So many of us for 10 years. We begged you, fucking begged you not to. But you had to do it. You knew better, son. Good luck selling the house before the bank grabs it. When my mother died, I got the lovely experience of a process server coming to my home, handing me a packet. I'm like, I knew I didn't have any outstanding charges or anything. I didn't commit any crimes. Didn't fuck anyone over, you know, for a lawsuit to happen. So I asked the guy, what is this? Oh, your mother's house. So it was basically the banks serving me. Once enough time had elapsed, I'm sure, to where there was no time to save it, if I wanted to. So they could take ownership, of course. Isn't that lovely? Ugh. '86 is a mob term for kill him. They say 86 him. 8647 means kill President Trump. James Comey was a dirty cop, one of the worst, knows this full well. 8 miles out, 6 feet down. Didn't he also lie to the FBI about this? I think so, President Pedophile. No, James Comey, the ex-FBI director, was not openly endorsing killing the president. No, no one believes that. Even the rubes don't believe it, but they don't care. Donnie says Comey's the enemy. Comey's the enemy. To them. You know, the people are going to lose their house? Them. This man sent masked murderers out to murder and kidnap people. U.S. citizens. Next up, the homegrowns, too. And he's talking about James Comey putting some seashells on the beach. That's where we at. Going after Comey again. What'd I tell you? Class, rubes, people in government. You dealing with Adolf Hitler, all you need to do is let his foot in the door, and it'll never end. And eventually he's going to get tired of playing games. He's going to round you fuckers up. The Clintons, Obama, Comey, others. Liberals in government. Great, you could give him a gift before he rounds you up. Of surveillance bills and digital ID and all of it. And you know goddamn well it's for surveillance, so fuck you all. I expect it from the Reich and the Republicans. They've been building this for fucking ever. I don't expect it from you. Now you're dead to me. Going after Comey again. That's where we at with the Antichrist. And I hate you. You know who you is. Remember when people said it was hyperbole that Republicans would cancel elections? Baton Rouge. Louisiana postpones May 16 House primaries after U.S. Supreme Court rolls back Voting Rights Act. They were just about to start voting. I believe maybe a few votes were cast already when they canceled that one. You see where this is going yet? I told you no more elections, right? At least no legitimate ones. This is an example of AI. Let me read it to you. I see these all the time. My own experience with AI again. I use it once in a while to make thumbnails. That's it. And I don't use ChatGPT or Google's or Grok, none of that. I use an unknown one. That's better, one. Two, they ain't doing what the rest of them doing. And they don't have the same intent. And when I make these thumbnails, it rarely spells the words correctly. Simple phrases, 2-word phrases. And I have to load it over and over again. And get it to make a new rendering. And sometimes I have to go through 20 of them before it spells it right. 2 simple words. This is AI overview. Is it 2027 next year? No, 2027 is not next year. 2027 is 2 years from now. As the current year, 2026, is followed by 2027 and then 2028. Next year will be 2028, with 2027 being the year after that. Current year, 2026. Next year, 2027. This is when your question is relevant. What the fuck? AI is nowhere near ready. It's kind of garbage, actually. They'll deploy it. It'll kill people. It'll make enormous mistakes. It already is. they'll deploy it anyway. They too eager to get that satanic right going. Their utopia. I'm not kidding. So the God, AI the God, tells us that next year is not 2027. That's how reliable AI is. AI bots told scientists how to make biological weapons. Scientists shared transcripts with the Times in which chatbots described how to assemble deadly pathogens and unleash them in public spaces. But we need digital ID, right? Not just a straight ban on AI because it's teaching people how to make biological weapons? No? Less dangerous for the children? Miss Cortez? Miss Pelosi? Entire Republican Party? I know the slave state, the satanic slave state is much more important. I know. Hope an actual dangerous person doesn't try and use one of these tools to make biological weapons. Hopefully with all the surveillance you'd catch them, right? Right, jerk-offs? No, you wouldn't. You're too busy stealing and the Democratic Party too busy taking checks from Zuckerberg. Donnie posted the Strait of Trump the other day. Some of our ships have left the area. Another one caught fire, by the way. I don't know how. Not one Navy ship has entered the strait in forever. Because they're too scared. Donnie even stopped bombing them. You don't know what to fucking do. Israel don't know what to do. And he dares put straight at Trump. They're making him look like a fucking fool. They've even negotiated land routes for their oil. That's why the Iranian spokesman went over to Pakistan the other day when Donnie pretended it was to negotiate with him when Miss Levitt and Donnie were lying to you for the 90th time that there was a meeting scheduled, peace talks. No, Arakchi went over there to Pakistan to arrange a land route for their oil. So, so much for the blockade by sea. And Iranian boats are still getting through. It's a fucking joke. Should call it the Strait of Iran, actually, because they're running the shit right now, not Donnie shitbags. And he's leader of the most powerful military on earth that ever was. And they still whooping his ass, making him look like a fool. Again, every second they run the strait and run the situation, it just makes Donnie look worse. It makes us look more pathetic and them look more powerful. This is Donnie announcing Trump IRA. I heard this passed under Biden. I don't care who it passed under. If it's got Trump's name on it, I'd stay the fucks away from it. Beginning next year, every American will be able to go to TrumpIRA.gov and open a new low-cost IRA account. Nah. Donnie gonna steal that money. Don't do it. I'm warning you in advance. Don't do it. Donnie will steal that fucking money. And he'll walk away with a smile on his face, never think twice about you. Please don't be stupid. All these scientists who have access to classified material who are missing or dead, are these cases connected? Again, this is Donnie. I don't know if I showed him to you. I can't even remember. I'm so tired. Yesterday, I believe. I think it's yesterday. We have a lot of scientists. 10 is a lot, but it's a very small number compared to we have a lot of science. So because there may be thousands of scientists on Earth, it's okay that these 10 died? No big deal. We got a lot more. Who gives a fuck? I do not like that answer, son. Like when Ducey brought it up in front of him when he was standing by the chopper. I did not like that answer then, and this I don't know, man. Donnie make me suspicious of him. I didn't think he had anything to do with those scientists. I didn't even know if it was a thing. I heard about it. I just didn't, a lot of people put these deaths together. And then when you research it, you find out one died 10 years ago, one died 8 years ago, one died yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, and you ask yourself, is there really a pattern here? I don't know. That's usually the way it turns out. Donnie's answers, both times I've seen him answer this question, I do not like them at all, and they make me suspicious of him. Like he knows something. We have a lot of scientists, so, if 10 die, oh well. Yeah, I don't know about that. Something's wrong. We want to get the nuclear dust. We'll take it one way or the other. We'll get it. We'll either get it or we'll take it. They'll either give it to us or we'll take it. Well, Donnie already tried to take it and he got his ass whooped. And the troops had to turn tail and run, and the equipment got all blown up either by us or by the Iranians. I don't know. And now he's talking tough like he's going to go in again if he has to. Unbelievable. Remember I told you a long time ago, last year, very early on in this process, that Petey and Donnie would come across someone that knows how to prosecute war and make them look fucking stupid. Because they don't know how to prosecute war. They thought this would go like Venezuela. As the last 9 presidents said, yeah, we ain't invaded Iran even though we want to. Because it'll be a clusterfuck, and we don't want a real fight. That ain't what we looking for. Donnie comes along, thinks it's Venezuela. Pete thinks it's we're just going to bomb them for a few days. It'll be over. Top 50, it's over. Nope, they've been preparing for decades for your dumbass. And they proved it by how long? 60 days we're at. Donnie lied and said it's over when it's not. He said that for legal purposes. Because Congress would have to get involved if it's over 60 days. So, of course, Donnie had to say it's over, and then he'll just start bombing them next week or something. So Donnie's acting tough like he's going to get the nuclear dust. Yeah, we already tried that, and they got their ass whooped. As far as peace, I settled 8 wars and people try and dispute it, but then they go over them, and almost in every case they sent letters thanking me and letters to the Nobel Committee. I don't care about that. Maria was very nice. She gave me her Nobel Prize because she said she didn't deserve it. I hate you. Because this person exists, you made him a thing. And he's lying about how a woman whose country is in a desperate situation, and she was hoping she would get to be leader, and that Donnie was about her cause. So she made a fool of herself by coming here and handing the trophy to him. I don't think she said she didn't deserve it, though. But in Donnie's mind, he deserved it, so she didn't. And that's why he made her come here and give it to him. Who but the Antichrist would have a woman rebel leader come give her Nobel to him and treat her like the cleaning lady when she does show up? And then say, she said she didn't deserve it. Holy fucking shit, son, the monster Frankenstein you have fucking created. Jesus. Was the Secret Service shot by friendly fire or the suspect? Before I read Donnie's answer, this is what happened. I watched the video. The suspect ran very quickly through the room. There was a bunch of cops and agents. The suspect did not shoot. He ran like lightning. They all shot at him. And the problem was he ran through the middle of them. There were people on this side, and there were people on this side. And the people on this side got the guns out first and started shooting. Problem is, there's cops and agents on this side. One agent got capped right in probably the vest, because the guy with the gun was shooting, following, and there was people all on the other side. So it's obvious from the camera that one of the agents got hit by a bullet. Probably hit his vest, though, because he was able to pull out his gun and maybe get a few shots off, I'm not sure. Obvious. One agent or cop shot another agent or cop. Obvious. And it's obvious by Donnie's answer. They say it was not friendly fire. That's what I heard. I heard that. It was actually reported. Do you read reports? Why did you ask me that question? Wow. He's getting mad at a reporter who asked a legitimate question about the staged assassination. And here's what happened. They knew the guy was coming. One of the guy's relatives tipped the authorities off that this person would be in the area and that he's dangerous. He's not right in the head. Just like the kid at Butler. Same situation. They knew he was coming. They knew what he was going to do. They surveil us, remember. Don't forget about that. When you do internet searches in your little mission to hurt some politician or whatever, the FBI knows about that in 3 seconds, son. They knew he was coming. They let him come. They lacked security. Just like on J6. Just like in Butler. And they risked people's lives for a staged event. I don't think any of the police or agents hit that kid with a bullet. But they hit one of their own with a bullet. My God. You have called this the new regime, but I speak to Iranians on a daily basis, and they tell me that these are the same people that have murdered them, executed them, repressed them. Trump, I saved 8 women. Again. AI-generated women, and I knew that the second I looked at the picture. I told you it looked off. They were AI-generated. They weren't real women, and that there was no executions. The entire world knows this. Donnie is still repeating the story as if it's true. I mean, my God, these last 3 or 4 comments, what I just said to you, what he just... Do you realize how doomed you are? Oh my God. This ain't even in the same universe as normal. Or acceptable. Or not the goddamn apocalypse. I'm gonna take a break again. I can't believe this next story. Donnie. Donnie reminds me of other people I've dealt with in the past. They're the same evil. The exact same evil. Both mob, too. Hey. In 1993, Trump signed a mortgage for a Florida home, pledging it would be his principal residence. 7 weeks later, he attested a neighboring property would also be his principal residence. In reality, he does not seem to have lived in either home. So, a resident of New York claimed residency in Florida multiple times. Because I guess there's some type of tax break if you do that. And this reminds me of another situation where a rock star died. His widow sued the band because they wanted to steal, everything the band worked for their whole life. Because they greedy like that. And during this lawsuit, they filed it in Florida because that's where they claimed residence. And they knew it would go better in a Florida court. So they had to prove jurisdiction. That was challenged. And it's something you have to do anyway, I believe. And what they did is lied and said their primary residence was in Florida. But the problem is there was actual documentation that proved they claimed their primary residence was in New York. And in New York, they had a big home. And in Florida, they had a condo. And they had a large, family with kids, a mother-in-law, the rock star at the time when he was alive. So they got caught flat out lying to a court of law. And that ain't the only time. But that's one time. They really lived in New York, claimed Florida. They wanted the lawsuit in Florida. They failed the jurisdiction test. It was proven that they lied. Also, this same family that the rock star married into, interestingly enough, 2 days after Donnie's Butler assassination attempt, they had an incident. Never before had they had an incident like this, where one of them got attacked in Europe in a kind of ritzy shopping area. And he got punched in the stomach, allegedly, and I guess robbed for a watch or so. I can't remember. Does it matter? 2 days later, son. Do you hear me? Also, in this other situation, what's interesting, I find, there's a white South African right at the center of it. The rock star had a white South African bodyguard. I don't know if you know that. And last guy to see him alive. They were in a room alone together. Only one of them walked out. Forever. And then in this situation, we had a white South African co-chancellor who financed the whole thing, still financing it. Interesting. Like I said, son, the same evil. Same exact. I've been telling you that for 10 years. As you people roll in the Pizzagate and liberals are evil and this and that. And you didn't see the correlation between these two entities. And I just happen to go on social media and talk about these two entities, Donnie Shitbags and this rock star. It expanded into other rock stars, but that rock star and that family. And they both got a white South African. That's kind of rare. Both with horrid reputations. And I mean horrid. Both doing shady shit. Then they both have an event 2 days apart that they never had before. And they both just happen to have lied and said they live in Florida when they really live in New York. I find it fascinating. The karmic coincidences. "94 House Democrats joined 167 House Republicans today to vote to extend warrantless surveillance." Okay, this is the list I was thinking of. There were several votes taken. I get it. It probably one was probably a committee vote or a house, a floor vote for something to advance it. This is the one with the real good list of names. Aguiar, Beatty, Bayer, Bishop, Boyle, Brown, Brownlee. I was looking for Ocasio and Adam Schiff when I was looking at this list. But there's plenty of names on it, even though they're not there. Golden's on there. He might as well be a Republican. Gottheimer's on there. He might as well be a Republican. Steny Hoyer's on there. Hakeem Jeffries. Just looking for names I recognize. The ones that get on the news channels, the ones that get on social media. Nadler's on there. Nagoose is on there. Pelosi. Wait, wasn't Raskin on there too? Yep, Raskin's on there. Very disappointing. Wasserman Schultz on there. Very disappointing. A lot of Democrat names there. 94. Wow. Makes all your stands on the news channels worthless, doesn't it, folks? Patent application US 202 and a bunch of numbers would enable lip reading mode, biometric scanning, including cameras, fingerprint, iris, mics, radar, and comparison against databases of people with warrants, missing persons, criminal history. Says privacy mode can give results to an admin, not owner. Gee, I wonder who the admin's gonna be. That sounds like a goddamn nightmare. I mean, who but Satan would have thought this up? And any Democrat that votes for it with the I mean, who are you with, Satan or me? Because it seems like you with Satan. This is insane. So I get scanned for criminal activity when I get in my car? You know, when AI fucks up and puts a warrant out for me, or my name gets mixed up with someone else, or whatever mistake, fuck up, will be made. Anything else? You want to stick your finger up my asshole too while I'm driving? Fuckface? Do a cavity search? Oh my God. Lip reading, for fuck's sake. What, in case I whisper something you can't hear, you fucking scumbags? Again, stalking and surveillance and selling people's information used to be goddamn illegal. No one wants a goddamn surveillance car, you fucking cunts of Satan. Anyone who's down with this, fuck you. Oh my God. Yeah, this is for what? To protect us from drunk drivers? Is that what you're going with? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you people in the car business. You in for a goddamn hurting. With this bullshit, no one is going to want this. Everyone's going to be buying used. Are you fucking kidding me? Ford filed patents to read your lips, scan your iris, monitor your heart rate, run your face through a criminal database in your own truck without telling. Holy fucking shit, man. Holy fucking shit. We're going to get back to that in a moment. Or a different aspect of it anyway. This is the lawyer. 18 deaths in ICE custody so far this year, on average 1 every 6 days. That's your concentration camp update for today. 2026 is on track to be the deadliest year for ICE detention ever. Or you mean concentration camps? Both in raw numbers and per capita. An immigrant died on Tuesday night inside the Stewart Detention Center, a privately run ICE jail in Georgia. ICE hasn't released any info. I believe that person was 33 years old. So natural causes, right? Right, Satan? Right. All right, back to the car thing. I figured they were doing this because we have become a commodity. Any information about us. And car companies can sell that to insurance company or all kinds of great shit. I figured with the used cars, the newer ones, they were putting some more surveillance equipment inside. Why? So they can make money off your dumbass as you drive around to and fro, thinking you not being surveilled. I had a feeling this was going on. I didn't have any evidence. I do now. You might want to listen to this. It might affect you. If you buy a new or used car from a dealership, you definitely should have a mechanic from a different dealership check for a GPS tracker. In the fine print, in many car sales now, there is an agreement that lets them sell your vehicle's tracking info to a third party, so they've already gathered information from us, the newer cars, over the years. They're already selling info about us. Now that's not good enough. They want more, and the Reich and Peter Thiel want more. Now they want to read lips, heart rate, camera in your face. If AI says you can't drive, your car gets shut down. Again, the purpose we buy cars, cunts of Satan, to let you know, is to get from A to B. If you're selling me something that's going to break down whenever it feels like it, then it's goddamn worthless as a tool. It doesn't get me to A to B anymore because you're a cunt of Satan. I don't want you cunts of Satan in my life. I don't want your car in my life, your surveillance car. Be it Democrat or Republican, shoving it in my face, voting for it, selling me out. Selling themselves out. I don't care. I don't want your surveillance car, and no one else does either. So if you buy a used car from a dealership, you need to take it to a mechanic and ask them if there's a tracker or something, and it's some data collection device that can be removed. I figured they were putting these in because it's money to them. Mark as you drive around after you pay them 30, 40,000, whatever, for the fucking car. Unfucking believable. Again, it used to be illegal to stalk, surveil, and sell people's information. That literally used to be a crime. Now it's in fine print in every contract we sign. I hate you, and you know who you is, and your imp, and your shitty Antichrist. When I bought my wife her current car, it had one installed under the hood. First thing I did when I got home was unplug it and throw it in the trash. We have never taken the car back to that dealer for service because of it. Already doing it. Not good enough. They want more. We are at a point in America where the government, the Reich, are telling us we can shut your car down whenever we feel like or whenever our AI feels like. And you're going to live with that. In America. Do you get that it's over yet? And the Democrats sold you out too. They don't know it's over for them. I knew 10 years ago. And by over, I mean Donnie's going to round them the fuck up, if not execute them. I'm not kidding. And if it doesn't happen again, I'll be stunned. Oh, and if Donnie dies tomorrow, and this all goes away, and the world goes back to whatever it was before, I'll admit I was wrong. I wanted to admit I was wrong after he lost, but then he staged a coup, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I can't admit I was wrong yet. And I wanted to be wrong. I was eager to do it. I almost did it a few times. Glad I didn't. Because look where we are now. And again, son, I want to be wrong more than you want me to be wrong. That's what you don't get about me. Trump announces that he's raising prices on imported cars. I'm still not buying a Chevy or a Ford. Ever, 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 ever. So if this is so we buy the surveillance cars made in America, no. 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 Sorry. How about I sell you a TV? The owner of all the car companies. One, can I set up a surveillance apparatus outside your house and in your car and track you wherever you go and film you and read your lips and all that? And I'll get all that info in a server and I'll sell it to anyone that'll buy it. That's cool, right? No? Well, why are you doing it to us then? Oh, because you're criminals. Again, stalking, surveilling, and selling people's info used to be fucking illegal. Murdering people used to be illegal in a mask. Kidnapping people in a mask used to be illegal. So all the CEOs of the car company, I can't surveil you? I can't install a camera in your car and film you? And read your lips? And sell all the information I gather on you? Why not? What's wrong with it? You tell us it's cool. I don't see a problem. And if these tariffs are to make us buy the surveillance cars, that's not going to work. Sorry. Clear some space on the lot, son. I forgot my other point. I'm going to start selling TVs. I'm going to take all other TVs off the market. But the TVs I'm going to sell, you ready? This is the selling point. This is the gold right here. You ready? The TV's going to have AI installed, all ready to go, at no extra charge. But here's the thing. Whenever the AI feels like it, it's just going to shut the TV off. For like 30 different reasons, whenever it feels like. And you'll have to get on the internet to turn it back on, show an ID, and then your TV will go back on. That sounds really convenient and awesome and futuristic, doesn't it? And unfortunately, yes, it'll still record you. It'll still record data. It'll record audio and video, even when it's off. But your smart TV's already doing that, so you shouldn't mind that much, right? So don't worry, the TV will work about, 73% of the time. The rest of the time, it'll just be a brick. Because the AI said so. I'm going to charge, I don't know, $3,000 a television. You down, right? You're going to buy one, right? No? That's what I fucking thought. Cunts of fucking Satan. And you know who you are. Pushing surveillance cars on us. Go fuck yourself. Fucking die. Please. I'm begging you. Okay, I don't know if you heard. The next rung on the surveillance ladder. For safety. Always. When they take your rights away, it's always for safety. Drones at schools. Why? Why would we need drones at schools? Around the little children's. To protect against school shooters. Because we're a psychotic nation that loves guns. But is that the real reason, class? Absolutely goddamn not. Since when they care about the children's? Their answer to social media, exploiting them and having them kill themselves and God knows what the fuck else, is collect our IDs and surveil us. That's the answer to the problem. Not fining the media companies, Not saying if you don't implement these rules, we will shut you the fuck down. And no, you can't collect IDs, you fucking criminals. That would show they care. Not, oh, we'll just collect everyone, their IDs for the Reich, Peter Thiel, and for Zuckerberg. He can sell that info. That doesn't sound like it's protecting the children, you goddamn hypocrite liars. And you have people like this that don't get the moral of the incident. What the hell is the point of this? Deploying drones to watch school shooters instead of any gun control? And the drones can shoot you. This certainly will not be used for nefarious reasons. Right, that's the real reason. If these are going to be armed drones around children, oh my God. It wouldn't surprise me, though. You know why? Because it's not for school shooters, it's for us. It's the doorway. Like the Mexican immigrant was the doorway to putting your ass in a camp, to revoking your citizenship. Next up is the homegrowns. Remember? Your Frankenstein said that out loud in front of the cameras. With the guy who runs a death camp called CaR that you never leave. Like 90 to a cell. The deploying the drones at schools, little children, is not for children. It's the opening chess move of drones flying around your neighborhood and surveilling you. All day, every day, 24 hours a day. Start with the schools to protect the children's, just like the digital ID, right? Lying ass liberals across the world and Republicans, don't leave them out. They just as happy to introduce that digital ID bill with Mr. Gottheimer. None of it's to protect children, and every one of you know it. And a lot of you will end up in the gulag because of it. I'm talking to liberals in government again. I told you they use drones and AI to police you, right, son? I said that back before last January. Drones policing schools. Possibly with weapons. Armed. I assume AI would run those. Obvious doorway to them deploying them everywhere. First it starts at schools, then we move to all for safety. And will they deploy armed drones everywhere? When you read a story called Revelation and you're like, wow, how can this thing possibly happen? They say an image, and if you don't worship it, it can kill you. It might kill you. What the fuck could that be? How is that even possible? This is how it's possible. And inevitable. AI image, controlling the drones. It doesn't like you for some reason. You say Donnie's a fuckface on 63rd Avenue. Armed drone kills you. I told you drones and AI would police you, son. Here we go. Not 10 years. Now. Meta has stopped working with Sama, a company in Kenya that helped train its AI using videos from Ray-Ban glasses. I heard about this a long time ago. After that, Sama fired about 1,100 workers. Some of the workers said they lost their jobs after speaking out about the very private videos they had to watch. The workers saw very private videos from the smart glasses, including people using the bathroom, taking off clothes, having sex, private talks, and even bank card details. That's what's going on behind your back. These companies you dare trust. Footage of you being sorted through by Kenyans or something. God knows what these people have seen. I'm sure it was great entertainment. So many users did not know that a guy in Kenya were watching their videos to train AI, so a class action lawsuit against Meta was filed. Sama has lost the contract with Meta and fired 1,000 people. Meta has not given a detailed public statement on ending the contract or the workers' claims. He should lose his goddamn business for that. Are you fucking kidding me? Picture a bunch of Kenyans sorting through, you know, whatever sunglasses may have seen of you. Or whatever other surveillance Mr. Zuckerberg is capable of. Oh my God. Bill Gates recently said that if you don't have digital ID by 2028, you'll be isolated from society. Isolated from society, you say, Mr. Pedophile. Where have I heard of such a thing? Oh, yeah. The Bible, the beast system. If you don't take the mark, you can't participate in society. What did Mr. Gates, the pedophile, say again? If you don't have the digital ID by 2028, you'll be isolated from society. Bill isn't kidding. That's exactly the plan. It's called the Mark of the Beast, right in time for Agenda 2030, right in time for the fucking apocalypse and Armageddon. What are we talking about Agenda 2030 for? I just thought it was interesting that they said this is a random the Patriot Voice, whoever the fuck they are. Yeah. It's called the Mark of the Beast. I don't know if the digital ID specifically will be the Mark of the Beast, though. It's definitely a lead up to it. The mark, I think, is something that you'll have to put on you or in you. Something like a wearable. And the currency to go along with it would probably be Dunny coin. And there would be no more cash. And that could happen next year for all we fucking know. Or the year after. Bill Gates is preaching it. The pedophile. Isolated from society, you say? I seem to recall a story about such a thing. And a mark. The concept is the same as the Mark of the Beast. It separates. It separates the wheat from the chaff, son. Literally. It separates who is about the devil and who is not. And the devil will see you. Those of you who are not about the devil. You will be revealed. Many will probably be killed. That's the point of the mark. That's the point of this system they're building that's inescapable, where even your car is under just abject fucking surveillance. Even your heartbeat. Why do they need to look in our bodies so much? What the fuck do they plan on doing? That they need to see inside us so bad. Trump on White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting. Oh, you mean that stage thing? It was good for one thing. People love my ballroom now. That's the only thing. They love my ballroom. Well, now you know what the plan was with that. What the little child's intent was with the staged event. For you to love the idea of the ballroom and the courts and everybody else. And this was Donnie today talking about that. So now you know why the whole event happened. PR for the ballroom. And he proved it with the big, press conference afterwards, where the ballroom was the topic. Not thank God I survived or whatever the fuck. I do a lot of things that are impossible to do, like becoming president 3 times. The sky is purple. That's what you've done. Reality doesn't matter anymore. He just lies and says he was president 3 times. Amazing. Cuba, which we will be taking over almost immediately. No, Cuba's got problems. On the way back from Iran, we'll have one of our big, maybe the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier come in, stop about 100 yards offshore, and they'll say, thank you very much, we give up. Who else but the Antichrist would say that? On the way back from the war he lost, he's going to have some of the carriers stop by Cuba and start that war. Or just annex their country. Which we will be taking over almost immediately. Okay, Adolf. Not even done with the war he's losing. He's giving you the whole plan about how he's just going to stop at Cuba on the way back. And take it over. Oh my God, what have you done? Antichrist. Etch it in granite, son. Oh, that's the end. Thank God. Late as fuck. Again. He's bombed about, I don't know, 9 different countries, some of them twice. He's stolen Venezuela's oil. They stealing gold left and right. They buying gold from Venezuela. They selling gold. American gold to other countries. You're being liquidated. And now we're in a major war. And just like I promised, or just like I predicted last fucking year when Hexeth and Donnie first became a thing as a combo, I looked at them. I said, oh no. I know they're going to indiscriminately go around the world trying to annex countries, bombing places, which is exactly what the fuck happened. But people don't take too kindly to that. I told you this, remember? Before they did any of it. Any of it. Because I knew exactly what they were going to do. I said they're going to come across somebody that knows what the fuck they are doing in war. And Donnie is stupid. And Pete is stupid. It's written all over them, and they say it out loud. We thought it was going to be Venezuela. If they would have talked to anyone with the slightest bit of knowledge in the military. I'm talking a sergeant. He would have told them, yeah, going into Iran and starting that, that's probably not a good idea. But Pete knew better. Donnie knew better. And that's what I was trying to tell you back last year. Before they bombed anybody. That they think they know better. And they're going to come across a smart motherfucker. That's called Iran. They're the smart motherfuckers. Because we're now on day 60. And they thought it was going to be Venezuela over in one night. That's how stupid they is. And Iran proved it. And Iran has shown that they are the smart ones. And just like I predicted, just like I told you, they came across the smart ones. And now we fucked, they fucked, no one knows what to do. And even as Donnie's getting embarrassed every second of the day by the Iranians, he talking about taking over Cuba. Son, what else can that be but the Antichrist? Oh my God, it just gets so much worse every day. I can't believe the CaR surveillance thing again. It's so over the top, man. AI can decide to shut your goddamn car off whenever it feels. What good is that car then? Except to Satan and the Reich. My God, this is why I hate you people that made this happen. Dumb little children watching wrestling, thinking their politics is wrestling, a football game, honey boo boo, whatever, man. Now we got a fucking global surveillance state being built where our cars will read our fucking lips. And this cunt, in the middle of a major fucking war that he lost. CNN just did a report today, and they remember they got bought by a right-winger, and they're still reporting this, son. That's how bad it is. Almost all Middle Eastern bases utterly destroyed by Iran. Over the course of this. What they didn't show you. Why there's a satellite blackout. Why American troops got to go stay in hotels and hide behind human shields. Because Iran was taking out radar and American bases across the Middle East as if they weren't shit. As far as I'm concerned, Donnie lost this fucking war. And he talking about the next one. He's going to stop off on the way home and take over another country. Antichrist, don't take the mark. You will fucking regret it for all eternity. Have a wonderful evening.